Tinubu dey use Nnamdi Kanu dey play wetin I call political chess game. Dis video expose a lot of secrets wey be say so many Biafras no know, or some of them are ignorant about it. I no go talk much, I go play you dis video make you watch am. Calm down, watch dis video from the starting to the ending. The ending side is most important place wey be say you no need to joke about with. All Biafrans need to watch this video and hear this video. Wetin Tinubu dey do right now, wetin Tinubu talk right now about. In fact, I no go just talk much, might just allow una make una just watch this video from the starting to the ending. But no matter how it is, I know that Biafra will surely come, and Biafra is a must. Nothing can stop Biafra. No man can stop Biafra. No woman can stop Biafra. Biafra is a must. It's a destiny that have come to stay. So I will just allow you to watch this video and make sure you write freedom for Nnamdi Kanu. Click the subscribe button for more updates and share this video again. Thank you so much, my lovely people. Watch this video and drop your opinion what you think.
Top leader Nnamdi Kanu has filed an appeal at the Court of Appeal challenging his conviction and multiple life sentences delivered by the Federal High Court in November. In the appeal, which cites 22 grounds, Kanu alleges denial of fair hearing, jurisdictional errors, reliance on repeal laws, unresolved motions and bail applications, double jeopardy, and a miscarriage of justice, arguing that his conviction was not proven beyond reasonable doubt. I see how Raymond right here, and of course, Kadilande. Raymond, you are a legal luminary, and from the look of things right now, how do you weigh in on the key legal issues raised in the Nnamdi Kanu's appeal against his conviction?
Okay, thank you very much. I think I was able to see the tweet of his former lawyer, now consultant, Mr. Aloy Ejimako, when he went to town with the fact of they having filed their notice of appeal. I was able to glean through some of the grounds. They relate to procedural infractions, the failure of the trial court, Honorable Justice Omotosho, to resolve the challenge to his jurisdiction, and also issues around him being denied the right to file his final written addresses, and also the court failure to consider what it described as the foundational context of the trial against the backdrop of the fact that he was abducted, or there was an attack at his country home, Afaruku, and he had to run for dear life before he was now renditioned back to the country. That the trial court failed to weigh the implication of that action against the trial. These are legal issues to an extent weighty, in the sense that they border on issues around jurisdiction, because if an appellate court finds that the trial court did not have jurisdiction to entertain the trial, that means whatever happened before the trial court is going to be quashed. So I think this is the beauty of the justice process, where you have another level of adjudication to test what an earlier court had decided. Now it's going to be before a panel of 3 justices. Before the trial court, it was just 1 judge. So you have 3 justices having the opportunity to look at what one arbiter has done, and then see whether there was a mistrial, there was a breach of Nnamdi Kanu's right to fair hearing, or whether the trial
part of right to fair hearing. This Nnamdi Kanu fired his lawyers and wanted to represent himself. So how do you think that particular ground would suffice in this argument?
Well, the Constitution says you are allowed to represent yourself or through a lawyer of your choice. So the fact that he disbanded his legal team still does not mean that he has lost the right to present his case. But again, it is still a complaint. It is for the appellate court to now look at it to see whether indeed he was denied the right to present his
like
case.
You said, this is the beauty of the justice
and after
system.
there, he still has another shot at the Supreme Court, and then we'll see how.
All right, Kadi, very quickly now, how do you think this particular situation would impact, the separatist agitations in the Southeast, this new development? How do you think it's going to affect it in any way?
In law, for the fact that there are still 2 more legs for him to try, irrespective of what happens at appeal, because if he wins at the appeal, federal government is likely to take it to Supreme Court. And when you're dealing with such issues, I think it's more political than legal.
I was going to say that too.
And a lot of people have come up with suggestions that there are things that are required of Kanu to do if there must be a political solution.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And the body language and the physical language we're getting, that seems not to be coming. So to a large extent, a lot still depends on Nnamdi Kanu, for us to follow the path of amicable solution. Okay. However, when you looked at the weight of those issues that made them, because when you're looking at all the cases you looked at, don't forget, one of the things that made it life sentence is that all these cases were things that were ruled adjudicated upon, which means that the one that has 20 years, the one that has 30 years, there is one that has life sentence. The one that has to do with cutting people's head, all kinds of allegations that were made. That's one of the reasons why we believe that there must be, in my view, there must be a representative. These are issues that lawyers could continue to engage on. Do you understand? Because as long as he says he wants to do it this way, he's not going to, what's the word? I think he didn't put up a defense. Yeah. And when you don't put up a defense, they will definitely go by the words of the prosecution. So these are issues that I don't want to preempt what will happen in appeal court, but I believe that lessons should have been learned. If lessons are not learned, appeal is very easy to quickly decide on.
Now, this question might pan out for the both of you. A recent report revealed that the seat at home has been called off. It was going viral online earlier on, and it was on the orders of Nnamdi Kanu. So I was monitoring the conversation, and some people are saying it's true. It's looking like they're finally calling off the seat at home.
No, let's put it this way. Is it that they've stopped sit at home, or there is an instruction?
There is an instruction that the sit at home should cease.
Did we see it anywhere?
Yeah, actually, I saw that clip
earlier today.
I saw that clip. Some guy,
earlier today.
Yeah, who described himself as acting at the behest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who they describe as Onyendu, and he has instructed them that the so-called money sit at home in Anambra and elsewhere in Biafra land, in his own word, has been called off. That their children should not be affected, should go back to school, and the market should reopen and all of that. But I think this also has to do with perhaps some kind of response to what Governor Soludo did in Anambra State. He took a drastic measure and said, you know what, you have got to open your shops, otherwise we close it. So maybe this is, in a sense, the IPOP element adjusting to this new state response to the situation, in order to perhaps save face. I don't see it as a communication that comes officially from the stables of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, where he's currently holding Sokoto prison.
Okay, so do you agree with him?
I think it's for me to let me study it. Let's study it.
Yeah,
I pray it was true.
Yeah, it was going viral earlier today. So that's why I had to mention it. So I have not affirmed it, but it was like you said. The guy came, he made a video and said he was a representative of IPOB, and he said, look, they should call off the whole seat at home thing. And if you're saying it's due to Soludo's, current situation, maybe we just might have a reprieve in that area. Thank you very much, Kardilande, for your time on the show.
My pleasure.
It's indeed always glad to have you on the show, and of course, my legal luminary here. Thank you so much, Raymond Nakebe, right?
Kanebe.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And that's our show for
Nnamdi Kanu had no business being incarcerated this long. I say it, and I'm very, very vehement about it. Nnamdi Kanu has not committed the kind of sin or the kind of atrocities, the kind of constitutional infraction any Nigerian has committed. Now, you have people like Sunday Igboho, who was arrested with arms. Igboho is going about doing whatever he's doing. Now, you have several kingpins, whether they are bandits, whether they are terrorists, or whether they're anything they are called, they are free and going about their businesses. Nnamdi Kanu is simply expressing his constitutional and humanitarian right. And so to keep on caging Nnamdi Kanu or incarcerating him is not only a disservice to humanity, is also a great constitutional crisis that will come into this country. Let me take it from this point. How do we explain a situation? A man who has stood up clearly that what he is fighting for is the marginalization, perceived marginalization of a certain set of people in this country. And he has a historical anecdote. Now, what is the historical anecdote? The certain people, the Igbo people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, over the decades have been marginalized in this country. It is not a matter of allegation. It is not a matter of perception. It is something that is as strong, as visible, seen everywhere. And Nnamdi Kanu has stood up as the only person that consistently over the years and had said to everybody that my people are suffering, that my people are not enjoying what they are supposed to enjoy in the country called Nigeria. On account of that, he stood up and questioned the Nigerian state. So now, the Nnamdi Kanu issue is a multi-layered issue. First of all, you need to understand that there is a legal perspective to it, there is a political perspective to it, there is an economic perspective to it. There's also a socio-economic perspective to it. Now let's look at the legal side of it. This is a man that was arrested in 2022, 2021. When he was arrested, what was he arrested for? The charges were terrorism, treasonable felony, and managing an unlawful society. Now those are the three things that he was accused of. Now they went on trial. By 2017, the court granted him bail, and he came out. By 2022, when they attacked his house in Omaya, the natural instinct for somebody to survive is to see how he can survive. It's just to find a way to exit the environment where he was being attacked. And so he fled the particular scene, and he's fled the particular scene. He found himself in the UK or wherever it is. And on account of that, they said he has run away. Now the point being made is that while he was there, an arrangement was done to get him from Kenya, where he went to, and brought him back to the country. Since then, the legal issue has remained the way it is. It's not been moving forward. It's not going back. There has been a sustained effort directed by not only directed by the state, but there's some political contending interests within the Nigerian state, within the Igbo elites, within the political class to keep to put Kanu down. So, in the helicopter view, the Kanu phenomenon, the Kanu issue, is one issue that can consume the Nigerian state if it is not well managed. It is beyond the rhetorics we keep on talking about. The Kanu issue is an exemplary issue to show how we can manage a country. And if that is not done properly, if it is not done methodically, if it is not done with a sense of genuineness on the part of the Nigerian state, to see how they can have a political dialogue to manage the situation, it will definitely create more crisis. Of course, as we speak now, the Southeast is agitated. There is a plan of a protest that is coming up. Now, the nature and the reason the entry of that particular protest, that we're also trying to analyze. But the one thing remains that there is a very large number of population of Nigerians, whether they're from the Southeast, whether they're from the South, whether they're from the Southwest, whether from the South, from the North to the North. Everybody has one particular focus now to get Nnamdi Kanu out of the place. Then you ask yourself, why is it now that the whole focus, the attention is for Nnamdi Kanu to come out? Is it for the purpose of securing a political capital? That is the question we need to ask ourselves. Why would it be at the timing now that is happening? Well, whatever timing it is, we're all interested. What we're interested is Nnamdi Kanu should be let off hook and let him rejoin not only his family. He has a right, because as we speak, his health is bad and he has to go and take medical treatment wherever it is. So finally, regarding Nnamdi Kanu, my position is Nnamdi Kanu has not committed any sin which other terrorists in this country have committed. Nnamdi Kanu is not as worse as Sunday Igboho. Nnamdi Kanu is not as demonic as the line of terrorists that are lined up in the north. They're everywhere. Nnamdi Kanu is not as evil as the bandits that spread now. That you have a bandit that will come and have a meeting with the Nigerian state operatives. Yet Nnamdi Kanu, who did not carry gun, who did not do anything that is inhuman to speak like this set of people, is kept incarcerated in a cell. It's time for Nnamdi Kanu to come out from the prison, and we can move forward for a political dialogue on how we can reintegrate the Igbo people back to the nation state called Nigeria. There is a huge crisis among the political elite. Now, the lack of cohesion amongst the political elite is one factor that we need to also ask ourselves. Now, you need to find yourself, who are the governors of the Southeast? How did they get to where they are? You're talking about Mba, who just defected to APC. You're talking about Alex Uti. You're talking about Soludo. You're talking about several of the governors in the Southeast. Francis Wifre and Hope Uzodinma and the rest of them. Now, if I ask you one particular question, in your based on the assessment of all that has happened, do you think that Hope Uzodinma would support the release of Nnamdi Kanu? There's no way he will support it.
Why do you think so?
Why I think so is because before his incarceration, you saw the battle, not only the media battle, you saw the punches you saw not only the verbal punches, you saw the political volleys that was going on between himself and the governor of Imo State. Now, not only that, he sees, Hope Uzodinma sees Nnamdi Kanu as one of those who had made Imo State ungovernable for himself. So no right-thinking or rational governor will want Nnamdi Kanu to come out. But it is time to understand that this is a statesman. I am now a statesman that governs a people, and these parochial things should not be features or factors that I should look into, but rather it should be things I will consider in a broader perspective. So to your question, why is it that people like Hope Uzodinma, who is a governor, will not want Nnamdi Kanu? I've just addressed that. He will not want, because that time he made it in a way that it becomes very uncomfortable for him to govern the state. So he, Hope Uzodinma, said. Now, for other governors, you need to understand the background of Oti himself. Oti is not a very noisy person. Oti is a very sound, professional, laid back, but organized political leader that is doing much in Abia, and that is his constituency. I do know of a certainty that Oti has been at the background doing a whole lot for Nnamdi Kanu to come out, even though he might not come out in the media to talk about it. But there's a lot of work that's been going on the ground to see how Nnamdi Kanu will come out. First, it is his constituency, because that is where he comes from. Secondly, it will also be a political plus for him. Thirdly, it will now also bolster his chances of re-election. Fourthly, it will put him in a position to even get closer to the president, and also to see how they can project the Igbo cause. So I see him being at the forefront of this particular campaign, but he is being also very, very cautious in his movement. Now, for people like Winfrey of Airborne, I can see neither here nor there where he is. Of course, you should understand his political mentor, Umahi. Umahi is vehemently opposed to anything that has to do with the Biafran cause. So I do not see any difference. I do not see any impact. I do not see any way his boy to speak, or his political son will want to go to want to do what he doesn't want to do. So that's for Airborne himself. Now for Soludo, you know Soludo's position regarding this. Soludo does not take kindly to anything that has to do with this Biafran cause and all that, and he has voiced that over time. It's not hidden. His position is very clear. Now to your question, why is it that the southeastern governors are reluctant to come out forcefully to now, as an umbrella body, to see how they can get Nnamdi Kanu out of incarceration? The answer simply is this: everybody is scared of his position of governor, and that how impact on him either during his re-election or the continual governance of that particular state. That is the reason. They're just being selfish about it, and that's where it stands.
It's now obvious and clear to me, say Tinubu won't use Nnamdi Kanu do campaign 2027 election. From waiting I don't hear, and from the body language of Tinubu, he won't use every possible means to see we be say in win election, whole northern hostage, whole eastern hostage, if I hold every tribe hostage. Tinubu they find every possible means. It's a shameful thing. It's a shameful thing. A man that have not done any single thing will be say all of them really know, say truly never do anything. For the past 11 years right now, and when people start to take laws into their hands right now, they go say, why would they take law into their hands? Now when we say Biafra, they go peacefully, they agitate, they no one just even hear, okay, release Mazen on the car. And somebody just talk say it's because of their political gains and political interests will make them, they know say if they release them immediately, it will cause issue to them. So how does it make any sense? Okay, since you are saying like that, can't you address the major root cause of what we say that they always agitate or they talk about? If you can address those root cause, all this issue of agitation, left, right, and center, do this one, will not be springing up if you address it. But you fail to address the root cause, just the heal, the thing say you go just heal wound on its own. When you never heal within the cause, it will still grow back. And they're beating a child and they express say, may they not cry. It's a shameful thing. But I know that God of justice will liberate us from all the shackles of the enemy. And again, me would they pray for, as in me would just mobilize a day. I always say this, you understand? Let's just mobilize a day to start to pray. The way we just bring out Monday, sit at home. Nothing God cannot do. Me on my own, I always pray for Nnamdi Kanu. Nothing God cannot do. If you believe in God, in fact, in anything you are serving, just they pray. We just release, even though sin still the same Monday. We just they pray. Anytime we say pray for Nnamdi Kanu, and God will just do it for her, because this thing I don't pass. Be careful right now. These people are very, very devilish. Their mindset strong like stone. I'm not gonna just talk much. I'm not gonna talk much. Drop your own thoughts at the comment section. What do you think about this video? What do you make up about this video? Share your opinion at the comment section. Don't forget to click the subscribe button for more updates, and share this video to everyone on every social media platform, WhatsApp, Facebook, every social media platform. Share this video right now. Thank you.